Live from Arkansas' streaming news leader, this is THV 11 Morning News at 7 on THV 11 Plus.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us here on THV 11 Plus for THV 11 Morning News. We've got Ashley, we've got Karen, we've got Tracy here, and we've got Mother Nature, who is excited to be with us all week long as we continue down this fun road.
Yeah, she can go home.
She can go home, can't she?
That's right.
She's the star of the show this week.
I know it. She is taking up all of our time and all of our patience as well.
Are we
probably by the
hearing
end of it.
some sprinkles?
We are. There's a good bit of rain out there this morning. Yeah.
So be careful going.
We've had burn bans in some counties, though, right?
Yeah.
So we really kind of needed it.
Yeah, today's great. Honestly, it's above freezing, and we need the rain. And it's not crazy heavy. It's just
it's just a pain.
We need a good soaking.
It's
but
not fun for the morning commute.
Of course, it would come for the commute. Of course.
Yeah,
I mean that's the way that works.
I already got a text right now like, is this going to ruin our trip to school this morning? I'm going, well, let me ask the professional.
Yeah.
At least it isn't below freezing.
No, and so we're above freezing today and tomorrow, and we'll talk more about all that other stuff coming our way here in a few minutes. But let's kick things off with traffic.
It is just now 7:01. We are starting to see some slowdowns, and that is because of the rain. And let's show you exactly where it is slow. So this is in Jacksonville. There's construction going on here on 57 southbound, so it's a little bit slow already, as it should be when you're going through a construction zone. But with this rain, it's slowing things down even more. So looking at our slowdown there in Jacksonville, just how slowly is it moving? Looks like it's moving at 43 miles per hour. Not too bad, but a lot of cars are still trying to get on the interstate there from that service road that we just saw. We also have our slowdown here on 57 southbound. You can see 23 miles per hour just before the McCain exit. It's slow too already on 40 westbound. 32 miles per hour, and very slow as you're coming off of Interstate 40 onto I-30 headed towards the Arkansas River Bridge. We're seeing just 14 miles per hour there just off of that interchange. And this is what it looks like 30 eastbound. This is already slow and backed up a little bit for this early in the morning. So I think the rain is definitely making an impact on our roads already. Drive times into downtown Little Rock because of those slowdowns on 57 southbound. We're seeing it increase a little bit if you're coming in from Cabot to downtown Little Rock at 25 minutes, and it's already increased a couple of minutes too coming in from Saline County, Tracy. So rain this morning, and I know the big story is really about this weekend.
For sure. Of course, we got to get through today first. And as you were mentioning, there's a little rain out there. And then on the roads, we are seeing again a bit of a rainy camera there. But it's starting to see a little first light, but those clouds will stick around today. This is what our radar looks like. A few pockets of some heavier rain here in central Arkansas. Again, a little bit more to our south there, a little heavy. But again, we've got Interstate 30, of course, being impacted as you're heading in this morning. And then our friends over there, again, the Cabot, Jacksonville area. That's probably a lot of that slowdown this morning along with that construction. Here in downtown, again, light sprinkle at the moment, but we'll start to see things pick up here before long. We've reached 40. Good news this morning. Again, above freezing temperatures, so this rain is just beneficial, again, to the earth. So thank you very much. We are going to continue to see a warm up today, even with those clouds. 51 for a high, and we're going to keep that warmth through tomorrow. And then we're going to start to see those changes headed our way as we're heading into Friday evening into, I would say, early Sunday morning, this winter storm watch. Now, impactful? Yes. Is it going to be very cold? Absolutely. We're going to talk more about the details for everything coming up in my forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Tracy, thank you. Developing this morning, the Justice Department has subpoenaed 3 top Minnesota Democratic leaders tied to the recent immigration action in the state. On Tuesday, subpoenas were served to Governor Tim Walz, Attorney General Keith Ellison, and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey as part of a federal probe that accuses them of obstructing federal immigration officers. The governor calls it political theater, while the White House says it's enforcing immigration law. We're also hearing from a man who ICE agents forcibly pulled from his home on Sunday, allegedly searching for 2 convicted undocumented sex offenders, instead detaining a U.S. citizen wrapped only in a blanket and underwear. Tuesday, Twin Cities police chiefs say some off-duty officers have also been stopped during this immigration enforcement.
They didn't ask for my ID or anything until after they handcuffed me.
Immigration enforcement is necessary for our national security and for local security. But how it's done is extremely important.
That enforcement has sparked protests nationwide, from a high school walkout in Texas to demonstrations outside an ICE facility in Philadelphia.
Protests are not only happening nationwide, a group of local students are taking action. Following walkouts that have erupted over ICE policy, a small demonstration was held outside Bentonville High School. The protest coming only days since a group of students in the same district took an annual field trip tied to a forensics class. A brief mix-up, however, caused their bus to go first to a nearby Department of Homeland Security facility where immigration detainees are processed before the mistake was corrected. The district says the group was quickly rerouted to the correct location. And another student walkout, this at the University of Arkansas School of Law. Students walked out on the heels of a decision by administrators to reverse action in the hiring of a new dean.
The school's board rescinded an offer to law professor Emily Susky after Republican legislative leaders learned she had signed a legal brief supporting trans athletes in a case before the Supreme Court. Students say the decision crossed a line. Now, State Representative Denise Garner calling the walkout an opportunity to, quote, mourn the loss of academic freedom.
The students organized and led the protest. One is third-year law student Addison Brooks. She says this goes far beyond one hiring decision.
Right now, it's the law school and it's Emily Susky, but tomorrow it's another department. And then the next day, it's the citizens of Arkansas, and we're not going to let that happen.
Brooks says students want transparency, including an independent review of the hiring process and safeguards to prevent outside influence on future decisions.
Another third-year law student, Stephen Jacobs, says students feel shut out of a decision that directly affects their education and their ability to speak freely.
How can we say that we're getting a rigorous education if we're not even allowed to think or express our ideas?
Both students say they want clear commitments from the university to protect academic freedom and ensure something like this does not happen again. Continuing coverage this morning, 2 seats on the Little Rock School Board are up for grabs in March, and one race could help shape the district's future.
Zone 4 covers parts of Midtown and West Little Rock and is drawing attention as the district faces declining enrollment and a shrinking school board.
THV 11's Tamara Knight takes a closer look at the candidates and what's at stake.
Well, Karen, Hayden, this election marks a turning point for the Little Rock School District. A new state law is reducing the school board from 9 members to 7, making every race count, including Zone 4. One of the candidates running for the Zone 4 seat is Eugene Krupitsky. Krupitsky is an immigrant who settled in Little Rock and works in financial services. He says one of his top priorities is improving how the district promotes itself, something he says believes has been missing. Krupitsky says better marketing could help attract families back to the district and reverse enrollment declines.
So I think we need to, on a quarterly basis, for example, have short 30-second to minute videos about all the great things happening at each individualized school. And then we use social media and things like geofencing and geomarketing to actually target individuals in those school zones so that the perception starts to change, right? That's a very different conversation, something that we've never done at the Little Rock School District. But now you've got parents going, oh my gosh, there's some amazing things happening at the school.
Tony Rose is also seeking the Zone 4 seat and says his focus remains on stability in academics. Rose points to ongoing efforts to bring families back to the district and help Little Rock schools continue climbing out of a financial deficit. He also points to empty campuses continuing to drain the budget and warns that difficult decisions could be ahead.
We've hired a public relations firm. We're supposed to have a big plan coming up. The city is all behind that. We hired former mayor's chief of staff to facilitate some of that. We have yet to see boots on the ground. The board hasn't got back any of the results yet for this ongoing work, but I'm hopeful that we'll be able to go forward with not a rebranding, but a renewal of the image of the school in the public's mind.
If re-elected, Rose says he wants to push for changes at Hall High School and for a stronger focus on math district-wide. Early voting for the March 3rd election begins February 17th, and of course we'll have those results right here on THV 11 News. But for right now, for THV 11, I'm Tamara Knight.
Hey, heads up this morning, Arkansas turkey hunters have less than a month to apply for a shot at permit-only spring turkey hunts. The Arkansas Game and Fish Commission accepting applications through February 15th for hunts on select wildlife management areas across the state. Permits will be drawn February 17th with notifications going out the very next day. Hunters who draw must claim their free permit and any leftovers by February 23rd through the AGFC licensing system. Applications are available right now online with a link posted at thv11.com.
And another heads up for outdoor enthusiasts, the Arkansas Big Buck Classic is being postponed due to the incoming winter weather. The event, originally set for January 23rd through the 25th, will now run February 6th through the 8th at the Arkansas State Fairgrounds. According to the founder, Tommy Murchison, the change puts safety first and avoids any weather-related travel or participation issues. Now let's take a look at your commute this morning with Ashley King. How is it going, Ashley?
Going well. I mean, we don't have any accidents that are affecting traffic in central Arkansas right now, but we do have some slowdowns. It is 7:10, so a little bit early for this, but I guess people are just taking their time like they should, slowing down because the roads are wet around central Arkansas. So looking right now at Interstate 40, this is at the North Hills Boulevard exit. You can see we're already seeing a lot of brake lights. Traffic is backing up a little bit here at the North Terminal interchange. Let's see how slowly it is moving around central Arkansas. First, I want to start with Jacksonville, where we were seeing slowdowns this morning, and it's still moving a little bit slow through those construction areas there in Jacksonville. Let me click on this area right here, 31 miles per hour, 57 southbound. So that's definitely impacting your drive in if you're coming from Jacksonville or Cabot to Little Rock on your morning commute. North Terminal interchange, where we were just looking on 40 westbound, as you can see, just 25 miles per hour, 167, what was that? Now is 57 southbound, 31 miles per hour right before McCain, and slow there too if you're coming off of the interchange at I-40 onto I-30. It's looking pretty slow coming through I-30 eastbound through Alexander up to the 430 interchange too. Drive times into downtown Little Rock look okay if you're coming in from Conway and Saline County, but slowing down coming in from Cabot at 27 minutes to downtown Little Rock. So with the wet roads, Tracy, it's slowing things down a little bit on our roadways here in central Arkansas.
Yeah, now we're above freezing, and that's good news this morning. So again, just normal rain on the roads. Again, just take your time, but we are going to see some big impacts from all of this winter weather that is headed our way on the interstates, the highways, those back roads as well, and maybe for an extended amount of time. Interstates, I think they're going to be snow covered again Friday night through Sunday evening, and then they'll start to clear out a little bit. They're always the first. And those main highways, again, we're probably going to be dealing with that at least through Monday evening. And those side streets and those back roads, again, it's going to be a while, friends. Look at that, Tuesday and Wednesday. And here's why I think this. We are going to continue to see, again, the heavier rain and sleet. Now, we may see a bit more sleet, and if we do that, again, temperatures are going to stay a bit cool as well, well below freezing, well below freezing. So all of that is going to have to melt. Now, if it's really cold, it's not going anywhere for a while. We're going to spend about 85 to 100 hours below freezing as we are dipping on Friday night and may not come back up again above freezing until Tuesday morning. So the roads are an issue, but we also need to make sure that we are, again, streaming those faucets, bringing in the pets, and making sure that we are checking on everyone. We'll talk more about what we could expect across the state coming up.